Welcome, final 8. First things first, I'm going to take back immunity. This challenge is for immunity. Thank you so much. Immunity is up for grabs. The winner will guarantee themselves a spot in the final 7. This challenge is called a crouching success. Here's how it's going to work. You're going to stand up on your block. You are going to, we'll let you steady your block so you feel comfortable. You're going to get down into a crouch position, and you're going to place the ball on your plank. And you're going to stay here as long as you can. If the ball falls off, or you fall off, please don't though. You'll place your ball, and then you will get steady. You got to keep your ball on the plank for as long as you can. That's about as long as I can do it. All right. Once you are out, you will. Once you drop from the challenge, you will leave the challenge field immediately, as we did last night. And I think that's it. Any questions? We're gonna chat. I'll give you about 15 seconds to get into your position and get your ball off.
Starting now?
Starting now. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jess is out. Lauren is out. Just hang on, hang on. All right, you both can. You're gonna go immediately off the challenge field. Sandra will take you. Eric is out.
Thank you.
Make sure your arms aren't touching your body. David's arms a little bit. Yep.
I thought it was going to be a chocolate cake. No, I didn't. Wasn't that special? Only because your redemption story, it's so good in front of Jordan. Womp womp. And we don't get to know who's immune, right? Yeah.
There's 2 names that make sense right now. Which one? Which one will people choose?
I like the soda. Billy and drop. Let's get a view of that spider. Austin's ball on the move a bit.
I hope I don't get voted out here. This is insane.
Austin's out. David just wants that right arm. Not touching your leg. Kayla's ball on the move. Can she get it to settle? Good job, Kayla.
Oh. If they're smart, this is probably the time to get me out the dark horse, apparently. It was fun. Like I said, I finished what I wanted to do. Plan on house money the rest of the time, so if it's me, I'm okay. Everyone here that's left deserves to win. They have a good story. But I do have my alliance over there, so hopefully they're staying true. That's what I'm gonna do. So right now, I'm gonna write this.
Kayla's ball drops. Kayla's out.
This is so fucked up. Okay. I'm so sorry, Jess. This is just the name that I've heard the most, and I'm just trying to get as many votes together so that maybe if there's some confusion and splits that it's not me.
I mean, I don't have much in me.
I have a lot in me.
Do you have a lot in you? Is everyone done? I can't. I'm already like.
All right, with that, Nina wins immunity.
It went up my shirt. Yeah, it's like that.
Fuck.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, we're now voting someone out. Love this twist. Wasn't prepared for that. In fact, I almost dropped on purpose at this challenge so I could run back to camp and look for hopefully a newly inserted hidden immunity idol. But I decided to battle it out. So we'll see. I don't know who everyone else is going to vote for because we didn't get time to corroborate.
For being the winner, you will be going on a choose your own adventure
Nice.
journey.
Cool.
So we'll do that as we head out.
I didn't have much in me, but I wanted David to drop so I could win. You know, I love to control like a threat level, but sometimes I just get too competitive. But I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm feeling good. I feel like winning is just gonna help my allies, hopefully, and allow me to take a little bit more control during strategizing. So then I can control it better. I think people may do it on Jess. That's interesting because I wonder if some people don't know who's immune. That's interesting.
All right. Welcome to an instant tribal council. I want to assure all of you that this was built into the game well before any of you even started playing. This is not to save time or anything like that. We had this plan from the beginning as is. Just going to ask a couple quick questions. We'll read the vote. Let me catch the jury up. So they finally competed in a challenge, and once they dropped out of the challenge, they came directly to tribal council and voted, not knowing necessarily who won immunity. How people felt, they might have had a sense of who didn't win immunity, but they didn't ultimately know who won. So, that being said, Nina, how do you think that may influence this round versus you having that time back at camp to strategize and scramble?
I think it influences the vote because I genuinely have zero idea of where the vote's going. Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot of different votes would be my guess, but again, I have no idea.
Jess, how about for you? Kind of being on the earlier side, you got to come here first without much knowledge of who was behind you dropping out. So how did that influence your vote?
I stood there and looked at that parchment for a long time and crossed my fingers and hope it's, not me.
Julian, I've asked this question to a few people, but I'm curious as we creep closer and closer to the final, where are we at with threat levels? How are we defining threat levels? Who is a threat right now and who isn't?
I personally haven't talked too much about certain threats and who is and isn't a threat. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't really voiced that to other people yet. So,
David, do you think there's an advantage to kind of being towards the end of the voting line because you at least know who's in front of you and potentially who's behind you? Did that play a factor in how you voted?
Yeah, yeah. With the endurance challenge, I thought I heard, when you drop out, you're going straight back to camp. And my ears thought, well, if I'm one of the early dropouts and I'm sprinting back to camp, and there's probably a couple more idols in play. But I was feeling pretty good actually about holding the ball on the wood, and so I just wanted to kind of see how it went, and it came down between Nina and me, and she was solid and I was shaky, and it just wasn't going to happen. So we left and just got in line, and I knew who was behind me. It was only her, and then I knew everyone that was in front. But thinking about, not having talked about where this next vote could go, it's a guessing game, and trying to guess what the majority of the vote would be for this next specific vote.
Yeah. Kayla, how about for you? How does this round? You played an idol last round, right? That was fairly public. So how does this round now play out for you?
Oh, well, I wish I had my idol, that's for sure. But I'm scared. I think that a couple of us have had some names written down, and sometimes that kind of thing, just like recency, can impact the vote.
Eric, tell me, what is the number one thing that you are feeling right now at this moment, sitting on that stool? What's running through Eric's mind?
A different question? All right, food, and then it's about where we're going here. This is very tricky. I suspected something when he didn't say camp. I was like, uh-oh, we're missing a word, not back to camp. Yeah, I'm not sure where this vote's going. I think it's going to be all over the place, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I always try to be careful to say you will leave the challenge field versus saying you will go back to camp. Hopefully some of you caught that. Maybe some of you didn't. Hopefully I didn't slip up, but that's what I tried to say. So Lauren, jury's growing. We've asked the jury management question. How do you feel your jury management has been? Do you feel like you've got friends? And are you thinking about how other people are managing the jury?
I feel like I've been having very few thoughts recently. So, yes, I've been thinking about how other people are thinking about it, but I don't think everybody's thinking about it the way that they should be thinking about it. And I don't think I've said the word thinking so many times. I don't think my jury management has been good. I think I've just been lying too much, and yeah, I don't know how everybody else has been doing it, but yeah.
Julian, have you thought about endgame, what you would say at Final Tribal if you were to get there?
I need to get there first, and then I'll think about it. Focus on very much right now and hoping to not see my name in that box.
Awesome. We'll do a final word with you. Tell me a little bit about what kind of challenges would you like to see next? What's right in your wheelhouse? What are you hoping for to finally snatch that immunity win?
Usually it's running and endurance, but my legs are shot. It's been a long journey for me, so obviously I can't do any of those. Puzzle, I don't know how I beat Megan in that puzzle, but I did. But I'm no puzzle master, that's for sure. So I don't know. More of those luck games, I guess you had out there. I guess. Yeah.
All right. With that, I will read the votes. As always, once the person is voted out, you'll be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. And if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right. Get to the vote. First vote. Kayla. Next vote. Jess. Next vote. Austin. One vote Kayla, one vote Jess, one vote Austin. Jess. 2 votes Jess, 1 vote Kayla, 1 vote Austin. Next vote. Kayla. 2 votes Kayla, 2 votes Jess, 1 vote Austin. Next vote. Kayla. 3 votes Kayla, 2 votes Jess, 1 vote Austin. Next vote. Kayla. 4 votes Kayla, 2 votes Jess, 1 vote Austin. Next vote. Kayla. 5 votes Kayla, that is enough. Kayla, your tribe is spoken. Okay.
Good job, Kayla.
All right, you're gonna head back to camp.
I knew it was gonna be me. This is obviously a great time to get me. They know I used my idol, and I have heard from pretty much the beginning of the game that people were calling me like a threat, or at least talking about me. And once your name's out there, it's like really hard to get take that back. So yeah, I mean, obviously it sucks. Like, I didn't want to leave, but I had kind of come to peace when I was waiting in line that it was going to be me. And yeah, it's been really fun, and it's been a hard game. But I'm proud of myself. I think I did really well, and I made a lot of friends, so it's good.
Okay. You will decide what will happen if there is a tie at the final 4. Okay, the past 2 seasons of Outlast have seen a tie at Final 4, resulting in a fire-making challenge. If you are not confident in your fire-making skills, you can mix it up and choose an option you would feel more comfortable doing, should you end up in the tiebreaker situation. Or you could sabotage a fellow player by selecting an option you think they would struggle with. The choice is yours. Oh, wow. So the choices are traditional fire-making challenge, a puzzle, and an endurance challenge. You are the only one who will know this information. It is up to you what you do with it. Endurance challenge would take so long. I'm not good at fire though. I feel like puzzle would be a little more satisfying. I'm trying to think. There's a puzzle. Yeah. I think that's our best bet. So hopefully that is something that helps me. So that last vote was wild. I mean, I voted for Kayla, and that was correct, so that's cool. I honestly didn't think it was going to be Kayla. I kind of thought people were going to try and get Lauren out, because that's like a perfect opportunity to, but she's well insulated. And I know I'm not voting for Lauren, so maybe someone else will, but won't be me. But next, probably a red. Probably either Jess or, what's his name? Jay. Can't think of his name. It'll come to me. Nope, it's not coming to me. But him, the J red. Nope, it's gone. So, yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'm nervous about is that I know I'm not voting for Lauren. So, I mean, I'm hoping for someone else to maybe take her out, but I would like her to win if I don't win. But I think that I could stand against other people. I do think I can stand against her. It's just a tougher fight.
Making sure there's no funny business going on. 15 potential eliminations, but there were how many doubles? 2? Doubles, 2 doubles. Yeah. So technically we survived 13 rounds, and Austin has survived.
I gotta say, it's nice to know. Thank you for telling us it's a final 3 and final 2, because a lot of times in these games we don't know, and then you're wondering like how much longer are we going?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. Okay.
That's crazy. Four more of us.
Y'all want
That's
some?
it. I'd love some. I haven't had anything.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was gonna
yesterday.
get electrolytes, so I started drinking. They gave it to me when I won that one.
Over here?
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
I thought they were gonna say food, and then they were like, just a beverage of your choice. And I was
Are you lying to us?
like, smell my breath. Ew. Do you
No,
actually
no,
want to?
no, actually,
I wouldn't put it
no. No, I got a little
like-
whiff.
Probably scroll
I got a little whiff already close. So the last couple rounds have been really interesting. It wasn't a surprise with the way it turned out. That's where the numbers were going. Again, I have a strong 5 right now. We did lose Luke. Kayla, I think we were lucky. If she won immunity, it would have been a little bit hectic.
Yeah.
Because he put the
Oh,
target
yeah.
on her.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for Josh, I don't know if the target would have been on her for the Matt vote and for this.
Everyone dropped except 3 of us. It was Kayla, Nina, and me. And Kayla was solid. Nina seemed solid, and I was not solid. I was shaky, but I was ready to like battle out. So I stuck it out long enough to make sure that Kayla had fallen.
So I was relieved when I saw Kayla walk in without the necklace, and very happy Nina had it.
Honestly, it was like slightly stressful. I don't think I was gonna see my name, and I didn't, because at something like that, thought process is immediately self-preservation, and people are just gonna hop onto names they've seen before, or people that they don't feel as good with. And we definitely know, like, we've had the conversations, there is like a pretty solidified group of 6 within that 8, and with Jess and Kayla on the outside. So I knew it was gonna be one of them too. I just wanted to preserve my good voting record, so I was a little bit nervous about which way I would vote.
I literally didn't talk strategy with anyone at all before it, so it was a complete gamble, especially being the second one out. Like, I didn't know anybody that would be eligible to be voted for, but it didn't really matter that much because I trust my alliance of 6 quite a bit, with the core being me, Julian, Nina, and David, and then with Eric and Austin also in there. So I knew I was going to vote for either Jess or Kayla, and I kind of just took a gamble voting for Kayla because I wanted to vote for her more than I wanted to vote for Jess, and I played my extra vote just to ensure, because I did not want to go out on a round where there was no conversation. I don't feel like doing that.
Lauren burned her extra vote, which is like slightly disappointing because that gives us a little less maneuvering for any sort of weird split situation at 6.
Nobody wants an immediate tribal. That was crazy. But you know, you just have to make your best approximation and go with it. It was always sucks to see your name. And I have to figure out how to stop seeing my name.
I feel great. I'm not sure who that vote came from. I'm pretty sure it was probably either Jess or Kayla, but you know, there's so many votes, who knows. Like I said, I have my alliance that are here, that are trying to go to Final 4, so I trust them, and that's why I voted Jess. I didn't want to cause any waves, because everyone here has been loyal to me. Jess is the only person who's written my name down, so I voted her.
I'm worried about Austin's redemption story in front of a jury, so that's what I went. But I'm not being honest about that with them.
I'm bummed to see Kayla go. It was such a pleasure for me being with her. I was with her the whole game. I was with her to start. I was with her when I got here. I was the last one to arrive. And the person in front of me waiting to get checked in was Kayla.
So I think we just need to watch for where idols might be appearing. I think we're going to be watching a few other players and making sure they don't pick up anything.
For idols and advantages, my thoughts on that are that I don't think people have anymore. I think there's something out here hidden, which I think people are going to start looking for because they're going to get desperate. And it's been discussed, so I'm really not, because I'm not good at fighting them, obviously.
I definitely start thinking about how I want to play this endgame. Like, it's really time to start pushing people who are threats out of this game.
I am very torn about after that. I really want to go to the end with Nina. I want Nina to be me and Nina at the end, and I want one of me and Nina to win. and I love Julian. I love playing this game with Julian. I feel like other people are going to try to target him. Same thing with Eric.
I might need to like start actually having some serious game conversations about threats with someone like Eric, who I know has an advantage that can take 2 people out of tribal council. So.
And I feel like at that point I'm just going to have to play dumb, get blindsided, and figure it out myself. The end game is what I'm good at, so we're going to wait for that.
I think I have a 1, 2, and a 3 still. As I mentioned before, I'm very strong with Lauren, Nina, and Julian. They're each my number ones. I have 3 number ones. I don't even know how that works.
So my lines right now for the final 4 is myself, Lauren, David, and Julian. Just hoping that sticks through. Yeah, I have faith in them, and like I said earlier, all of us are people nobody wants to see in the end, so we gotta take each other before everyone else takes us out.
Dave is my question mark. He's so super smart. He's so super chill. He's given me, confidence that he's good with me. I just haven't had enough time. I've had enough time with the other 3.
The only 2 people that I feel like I have like a decent shot at in this final 6 or 7 are Austin and Jess, and it's looking likely that Jess is probably gonna go. So I want to have a conversation with someone like David to see if I can like gauge his thought process on how he thinks the end game is gonna go. Maybe bring up worries about like Lauren and Nina because they seem very tight right now.
So, it could be like Austin now, Eric, then Jess. And then it leaves Julian, Lauren, Nina, and me.
And honestly, I could be being played, and it could be me next, and I wouldn't blame them because having me here this late in the game is pretty not too smart because not to be selfish, but I think I probably pretty much do have the best story so far.
My dream scenario, I got to talk to them. I would assume they feel the same way, but I don't know. I want to talk to Nina and Lauren and see, is this the final 3? Do we want it to be that way? And the only thing that could blow it up is, if we get to final 4 and somebody that's not the 3 of us wins the immunity. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to do my best to make that final 3.
And I'm still hoping that me knowing about it being a final 2 and being the only one who knows about that can play into my advantage, so that I can be dragged to a final 3 potentially with a threat who thinks that they've just won the game because they're going with someone who they know they can beat, and then just, surprise, we're going to the challenge field and then I'm going to beat their ass and take their spot.
And a lot of LRGs recently have been won by men. I haven't played one in the past several years that were won by a woman. So I really, really want a woman to win. And I know that me or Nina can pull that out.
Yeah, come on in.
Or after.
God. All right, welcome Final 7 to your next immunity challenge. Nina, I'll take it back. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. Guaranteed spot in the final 6. Very exciting. This is called A Bit Tipsy, and here's how it's going to work. Each of you will have a station. You will pull on your rope to keep your table steady, so you can stack the 8 blocks that spell immunity. You need to spell it from the Y up to the I in the right order to spell immunity. Once you get back to your table and touch it with immunity standing on your table, you win immunity. Pretty easy. Your block stack has to be in the paint on your tables, and you've got to have it so the letters are facing directly out, no diagonal turning the blocks. All right, they've got to be faced out so I can read it nice and clearly. Obviously, if you drop your blocks, you're bringing them all back to the start, starting over. Thanks Season 1's Lori Kinney and her husband John, who built these tables for us. They built Bo Diddley last year, and they built this for us this year, so thank you so much to them. With that, everybody ready? For immunity, make sure that hand is behind the tape. Yeah, there you go, Austin. Good, good, good. Players ready? Go! Lauren, Julian, Austin all have their Y. Jess has their Y. David has their Y. Nina going back for her Y.
It's a Y.
Lauren's got 2Y now. David's got 2Y. Austin placing his T. Julian placing his T. 2 blocks, not too difficult.
You have to be behind the red.
Make sure your hand's behind that red before you grab your next block. Lauren's got 3. David placing his 3rd. Eric placing his 3rd. Lauren drops. Rope management coming into play. Austin, Nina, David, Julian, and Eric all have 3 blocks. Austin placing his 4th. David placing his 4th. Jess just placed her 3rd. David drops. Gotta go back. Austin drops. Gotta go back. That keeps Eric in the lead at 4 blocks. Nina placing her 4th. Eric, Julian, and Nina all at 4 blocks. Nina approaching with her 5th. Jess fighting with Bug. David, those blocks have to be straight out. Straight out. Did say that. Sorry about that. Nina approaching with her 6th. Eric heading back for his 6th. Julian heading back for his 6th. Julian with a good save. Lauren drops. Nina heading back for her 7th. Austin flirting with disaster. Austin placing his 5th block. Nina placing her 2nd. Nope. Lauren placing her 2nd. Gosh, I'm terrible with some of these names sometimes. Jess drops. Gotta go back. Austin drops. He's just gonna wait it out and see what happens. Nina approaching with her final block. Just a reminder, Nina, you gotta get back to your table and touch it after that block. Eric going back for his 7th. Julian going back for his 7th. Lauren drops. Has a little giggle. Eric drops. Julian trying to chase Nina, who's placing her final block. Jess at 2, David at 4. Julian drops. It is Nina's to lose. She just has to get back to her table without it dropping. Nina, we'll see. Can she get there? gotta touch the table. Blocks are wobbling, she's holding steady. David at 5 blocks, trying to catch up. Nina inching her way back. Just drops. David drops. Nina wins her 3rd immunity in a row.
Well, I started with the eye.
Perfect. Nina, come on over. Congratulations. You are safe for the final 7 vote. We'll send you back to camp for some strategy time. Make the most of it.
They have not said.
I think everyone over him.
Oh,
Generally.
perfect.
Oh.
Thanks.
That in. Oh, he has nothing. We don't even need to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Works for me.
Where are the others? The 3 of them. Should I go see what they're up to? Should I go see what they're up to?
If you want to. Looks like they're coming.
They might be talking. Does Eric know about Outlast?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a
I haven't
while.
talked to him yet.
I almost said the same thing.
Please don't say anything. I don't have that on my cell phone. Trust me. I know you can't, but this. You think they're gonna take us and meet you? Someone else will. Please don't tell me like that. If you feel you can't trust me, then vote me. What's up? Never get David everything. I'm trusting. I told the person. Look, I told the person who told me that I wouldn't tell nobody. So don't please fuck me over. I put your name down. I know you put it down, but I don't have any problems with that. They're telling me. I'm sure they're telling you. But I think they're really for me. So, someone, I was gonna say someone who feels like telling me else. To me, it was like, okay. I don't want to blow their game out, but just trust me. Trust me. I promise you. I promise you'll never.
Right now, this one's a hard one. This one's.
I agree.
It's like all the puzzle pieces that are all not connected right now.
Yeah. I think next vote, the 6 are going to have to potentially cannibalize, maybe get out Jazz.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, for real. Like all of them are asking, like, you know, like Eric's like, can I be in your final 3? Like, what am I supposed to say? Yeah. I was like, yeah, I mean, do you want to go to the final 3?
Yeah.
It's so awkward. But like, some people don't. They're okay going, you know,
Yeah.
earlier or whatever. So that's why I explained that. But Austin too, of course, wants to go for her. And you know, Jess would be okay going whenever she goes. But you know, it's locked in. The only thing that I can think that screws it up is someone that's not us wins Final 4 challenge. So let's not let that happen.
Yeah.
Even if we team up and that's
David just told me he wants to go to the final 4. Me not anymore.
Yeah.
So that's not you.
So basically, it's Austin.
Okay.
I think you.
Yeah, we
know
talked
this.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he thinks it's you.
Okay. Well, of course he does.
But
Of course he does.
I think I feel like it's like, especially if like you make it to FTC, that's like, I think that's like a really like good argument. That's like You're always the decoy, but like literally always. I swear, like
Yes,
I
yes, I
can't
am.
think of one where you're like, you weren't.
Do you have something?
Because stipulation with this. If you hear anybody at tribal, you want to all say Chinese food.
Okay. Why?
Because they want to take it out.
Give me a little bit more.
I don't want to ruin their game. I don't want to do this because I don't want to because they don't say my name. But they don't say my name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. That's true. I'm sorry that's so stressful.
Yeah. So, if we want something to happen, it needs to be the next vote. So that's when you use your vote. She's voting, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's why I know it's me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I would crush it anyways. Like, it sounds. I'm like, no, I'm not doing good.
I don't want to tell you because you're closer to me, so.
With him?
Him.
Oh.
But
I think.
there's other people on board with it.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
I'm on one. So you know.
I'm good with what you do. Do I still vote you?
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Like, it's kind of like.
Okay, what would I vote on?
So I'm just gonna risk.
No.
I'll drink this.
We're all talking. Yeah. If you hear anybody say Chinese food, it won't be me. That means we'll David.
Yeah, I was getting a little woozy during the challenge on the side.
If you don't hear it all,
Hoping like, you weren't.
if you don't hear it all, you can toss up me or David.
But if I go down,
Still, I think
bring
you
me back.
yeah.
I'll be fine. I've passed out before. It's on grass.
He's just trying to.
That's fair.
No, and it's awesome. I enjoy his, his creativity.
But
Yeah.
like, I'm 100%.
I love it. I love it.
So what am I doing then? Yes. Okay. Okay. Also, it's tough to make it look like.
But yeah, I think this vote is good. And we're all set. I think he's gonna vote David.
You think so?
I do.
That would be nice.
I do think so. Well, there's not.
Oh yeah, this day's all right.
Like, it's definitely because we smelt it. It smelled like. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I missed that. All right, welcome Final 7. We are hitting the home stretch. It's probably, for me, I love this part of the game. This is where things, especially at 7, is always a historical number where things do mix up. So Lauren, do you feel like it is a shake-up? Like is 7 a new life for anybody? Are things shifting and changing?
For me, yeah, because I had to take off all my nails after I lost one in the challenge, and that's what I just spent a majority of my time doing. I don't know. I'm continuing to do the things I say and work with the people I've been working with. So personally, no.
All right, how about for you, David? Do you feel like this is a crucial number where something's got to swing and people have got to lock into that 4 that they want to take here in this majority?
Yes, 7 is traditionally the big number in the show we don't talk about, that it shapes the end game and what direction that will head in. This was much it's a hard part of the game anyways to play because we're all getting so close to each other, just like some of the people that came before us, but it was more of a scramble than I kind of anticipated, and in some ways it's easier that there's only 7 of us now, that we can all get a chance to talk one-on-one and 2-on-1s or whatever, versus like when there was 12 or 13 of us at the camp, and that was really hard to get all those conversations in. But it was pretty hectic up until it's still pretty hectic. Yeah.
So Austin, what do you do amidst all the chaos? How do you handle yourself? How do you find a way through all the chaos to get a clear vote?
Well, to be honest, the majority was on me. I did pitch a final pitch to those before I left and on the walk down here. And what I told them is truthful. So hopefully they don't get snooked by that, not listening to what I told them. But regardless, and I had a good time. I know they're all friends back here. They all been together since day one. The last Gray left. But I did what I set out to do. So, but again, I'm not saying I want to go. Just take to heart what I did tell y'all. And it's the truth. So just ride with that what you want.
Third immunity win in a row. At what point does that become a little scary? Because it's obviously probably amplifying focus on you a little bit, right? You're dominating in challenges. How do you feel about that, and how are other people's perceiving your strength there?
I feel like at this point, I think I'm maybe gonna chill a little bit. I mean, the first one I think was a little bit of luck. I only had to do 2 games, whereas some people had to do more. But yeah, I do recognize that, and I don't want that to be something that would take me out, because I mean, like David had said before, like, number of immunity wins, does that really have to do with like the winner? Because then it's like, if you get to the end and you won every single time, it's like, okay, well, you didn't have to do any strategizing if you didn't want to.
Jess, we've seen little stray votes for you. I've seen your name a few times here and there. It seems like you're always in the mix when it comes to the votes. So what are you trying to do to deflect that, or to just ensure you're never the majority of votes? Are you nervous about that name coming up, that's at some point going to become the majority?
It can only become the majority at Final Tribal Council. Right? It's what it is. Like, I'm doing what I've done since the beginning of the game, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I've done that all game long, and I will continue to do so. And I feel like I've built the relationships that, whether I need a t-shirt that says decoy and on the back and winner on the front, it's okay.
Julian, has there been much talk about what Final Tribal Council is going to look like, and kind of any assumptions of jury members or anything like that? Is that being talked about, and is that factoring into the vote at all?
Yes, I'd say so. I'm gonna be so real, I'm a little bit confused right now, but I'm hoping for the best.
All right, great. Eric, how about for you? Are you confused, or do you have a clear understanding of where you're going from here, and a clear-cut vote, and you know where your alliances are?
There must be something about 7, as you said. This is the weirdest, strangest, hardest vote right now. And I don't know why, but it is. I think we got to figure it out, but it's, I trust everybody what they've been saying, but it's just a weird mix, a lot of different scrambling, in ways we haven't heard before. A lot of different conversations that we haven't heard before. Everybody here, I love. Everybody here is great. Everybody here has a great story. I don't know. What can I say?
I guess we'll find out. With that, is there anything else anybody wants to say before we get to the vote? All right. Eric, you're up.
This was the biggest scramble of the time since I've been here, which really didn't make sense because it didn't need to be. But I think we're all in the game mode right now of thinking who's going. Who's going to be in the final 3.
We hit a little bit of a survivor speed bump, to be completely honest. My game read was absolutely fucking terrible, so...
I'm quite confused by Julian and Eric's answers at Tribal Council, but... yep.
This is a tough one. The final four, we're at 7 right now. So the final four that I'd like to have is me, Nina, Lauren, and Julian. So we have 3 more votes to go, and it's just sort of, assuming that locks tight. What's this boot order look like?
But I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm gonna vote for the person who voted me out. I do want to apologize to Seth because you're the only person who was loyal to me this whole game, and you deserve to play longer.
Could really go for an egg roll right now.
All right, this is kind of a sad one.
All right, as always, once the votes have been read, the person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage, you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. 1 second.
You know what? Y'all deserve to be here, so I played. Y'all, I wanted to get Gray out. We did it. I promise y'all that's all I wanted, so y'all got it.
Nothing else? All right. First vote, Austin. Next vote, Jess. Next vote, Austin. Austin. 3 votes Austin, 1 vote Jess. The next member of our jury is Austin. Austin, you can pick up your choice.
This is also my retirement, one and done, so. Great game. Yeah, that's pretty
Travis
good.
spoke.
Thanks. If I ever need toilet paper one day, who knows?
All right, you're gonna head out to the challenge field. Out to the challenge.
Yeah, so I feel great. I played a great game. My mission, once I got screwed over my original tribe, get all them out. And I told them at the beginning, that's all I want. All I want is to get them out. And they fulfilled that. Now, I wasn't going to win any more challenges. My legs were shot. There's no way I tried every which way at tribal, or back at camp to sway them over. And it just didn't work. This is it. I hope it was a good show. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Sorry I cried so much, but, I don't think any first timers ever done all the crazy stuff I did, so I didn't expect to make it past the first vote, so here we are.